Mrs. Bowtie and I really like our Presto Precise digital pressure canner. It makes small batches at home so easy. Follow along as we can up some beans we just harvested from the garden. We got 6 jars of good beans ready to go. And here we are with our Presto Precise digital pressure canner. We're about to do a batch of cold packed green beans. Mrs. Bowtie is ready to get some of these green beans done up. You can see here, we got a whole bag of them here, and then we've got several I just harvested out of the garden. Yes, this is the end of October, folks. This is the last week of October that we're in right now, and we're just now getting our beans. And so here we are with the Presto Precise digital pressure canner. We have it with water in it right now. I filled it up to the line, which is right there. There's a little line in the side of this liner, not in the canner itself. You never put water in the canner itself. It's in this liner right here. Put the little rack in there. Never put the jars directly on the bottom of this liner. And we're going to come down here, and it's asking us, do we want a pressure can? And we've showed this before. Pressure can or boiled water can. Boiling water can, or yes, water bath, as Mrs. Bowtie just said. We're going to be doing pressure canning. We hit the little button down here. We're doing a 10-minute batch thanks to our handy dandy ball cooking recipe book. It tells us to insert jars. Now, we are sanitizing our jars in the dishwasher on the highest heat that it can do. So we're not going to actually insert the jars this time. We don't generally do that here, but everything's going to start warming. Now what I do want to do is I want to go ahead and put on this. It will warm up a little bit faster, and we'll just set that there. I don't have the little weight on it right now. We don't need the weight on it. It's sitting right here for when we need it. So here we are with Mrs. Bowtie. She is treating these beans rough. What you doing, Mrs. Bowtie?
Well, we've got fresh canned potatoes from the harvest, and I want to be able to put them into the oven and cook with the potatoes, but I need the long beans. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get them the entire length of our jar to where they're going to cook up and saute and be beautiful.
You can see all of these. She's getting nice uniform lengths. We'll end up putting probably a can of these little ones, maybe some on top that are left over, but these will be cans for meals where we want just nice, straight, long beans.
Yes.
And we have...
because they're beautiful sauteed on the stove or roasted in the oven with the potatoes.
Absolutely, yeah. Wonderful stuff. Mrs. Bowtie is a master chef, so we listen to her anytime she's talking about the kitchen.
You are very silly.
Yeah. Well, I get that way around you.
Well, the smartest thing I ever did was start cutting these with scissors instead of trying to snap them with my fingers, the ends. Saves my fingers. And I get a much uniformed end.
Genius, I tell you.
I have waited a long time for these beans to produce this year. They are not going to waste.
So how many batches have we done already this year?
None.
None.
This is our first batch, and I hope to get at least 4 or 5 jars out of it.
And when did I plant those beans?
What, at the beginning of in the spring?
Yep.
Yeah.
In like March or April.
Something
and they sat there all summer, not growing, did nothing except grow vines and roots. And now they are beautiful. Look at these things. Look at how beautiful these are. Now I got to show you, I was just out picking the ones that are in that bowl except for the ones she's putting in now. Let me go show you what I just found. So anybody familiar with the garden tours knows that this is our bean harvest in here, and they're kind of looking scraggly, but you will never believe. Look at what I just discovered. These are some color mix bell peppers that I planted months and months and months and months ago. This plant has been sitting here ever since, and now here it is. What is this? This is the end of October, and this thing has decided to start growing. And look at that baby right there. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it. So Mrs. Bowtie took a look at those and said, those aren't a bell pepper. And I had to go find the package. Those seeds actually came from this Livingston package. It doesn't show the points. It doesn't show they have pointy ends. She said, what did you say?
Bell peppers have 4 lobes.
Bell peppers have 4 lobes. So we're not really sure what we're growing out there. That's a little disappointing. So this thing just beeped twice. And it says here, fill jars. Now the cool thing about this machine is it will sit here ready, warmed up, ready to go for whenever we're ready to put jars in here. Whether it takes 3 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour, it's going to wait for us. That's really cool. Makes the home canning process so much smoother. What do you think, Mrs. Bowtie?
Oh yeah, much, very nice.
Presto Precise, if you're ever looking for a social media guy to be your representative, just let me know. So we are here canning while Christopher Brandisdahl is doing his very first live stream. How's it going, Mrs. Bowtie?
Good.
And so some of these beans are too short to go standing up in the jar like this, but Ms. Bowtie wanted to have several jars, or a few jars like this if we could, just for those special times when she wanted full-length beans. Right, Mrs. Bowtie?
Yes, because they're, like I said earlier, they're perfect to roast and saute.
All right. So we got a few of our hot jars out of the hot dishwasher, and we are getting these things ready. So Ms. Bowtie is packing these really good. I've filled them with water, and we're using a little bit of vinegar. Go in here and wipe the rim of these jars. Putting on the warm lids, which were also in the dishwasher. You can see it has a little condensation on it. And screwing down these lids till they're contact plus a little bit more. That looks beautiful, doesn't it? Some of these we're able to get enough of the long beans to actually stack them like that. So we got 6 jars in here with beans, and I got 1 jar with just water in it. I actually put the lid on upside down so it wouldn't seal. It's actually an old lid, so it doesn't matter. And so we come in here, we're going to...
Do you need more water?
No. Okay. This is water bath canning. You do not... I'm sorry. This is pressure canning. Thank you, Mrs. Bowtie. You see why I keep her around.
No more water, right?
No more water.
Okay, turn off the kettle.
Yes. And we put the top down, and we're going to come down here to the display. See, it still is keeping the jars warm for me. And the jars are filled, and there it goes. That's all we're going to do now. This thing is heating. It'll tell me when to put on the weight. And we're in business for another 6 jars of canned beans.
Yay!
And of course, Mrs. Bowtie is making some of her world-famous fried okra, just like my grandma used to make. And if you want to see that, you see there's a symbol up in the upper right-hand corner. That means you can go find the link in the description below. But we're going to have some fried okra with dinner tonight. Roast beast. Oh yeah. So this is getting ready to tell us we need to put the regulator on. You'll see it says vent, can, and vent. We're going to have that little pointer on the regulator pointing toward the front when we set it here in just a minute. And of course we come down to the only task you have to do mid-process, and that's putting in the regulator. And you want to be sure to use a hot pad because, folks, you're about to have steam up there. You see all the steam coming out up here. You don't want to get that on your hand and burn yourself. And there we're pointed toward the canning label, and we are ready to go for the rest of the process. After this, there's no task that has to be done. It'll cool down on its own and be ready. There's the 20 minutes it's going to take. Always be sure you have your handy dandy quick reference guide. It beeped a couple more times because it's done with the 20 minutes of canning, and it's now going to cool for a while. And you'll notice this thing right here. This is the lock that popped up when the pressure built up enough. There's steam in there right now, and in fact, see that little poof? But there's a little steam in there now. We're going to let it cool for a while. That timer's going to come down and count down to 0, and about 30 seconds before it ends, that little thing is going to pop down, and we can open this thing up. And so we're coming down to the very end. You've seen all the button pushes and all the changes you've seen me put on the little regulator up there, and we're about to come down to the end of this batch of beans. The little thing is still up, and hopefully it will pop down shortly. You do not want to force that thing down, but there it is. Just automatically about 30 seconds, like I said, before the thing beeps. Here we go. 11 seconds later. And so we can open this up and take out our newly canned beans. How exciting is that? Always open it away from you. And listen for the plinks, because these things should be sealing. Ooh. And so that little bit of water on the top is okay. It's not going to hurt anything. You really don't want to, there goes one. You don't want to get fluid on the seals so that they will be better. And we will do the spoon test when we come back. And so there we have it. Whole bunch of cans of beans. Looking good. Very happy about that. Just doesn't take very long. Thanks for following along. Have a blessed day.